Hello, so welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun, Hong Kong. Oops, that's the wrong timer. There we go. Now, last we left, we were doing some maintenance around here, and I probably should go through and click through again to make sure I haven't missed anything. See you later, Duce. So we need to keep him in mind for whenever we have Shiawase jobs. We catch Henry Coffey lost in reverie, staring at a wall plastered with photos. While most are signed celebrity headshots, there are scattered among them more personal images from days long past. Lots of faces on this wall, a lot of strangers staring back at me. These aren't friends of yours? No, just rich strangers with publicists trying to lacquer them in street cred. We get the occasional Simpsons star or athlete surrounded by an entourage of muscle and photographers. That's all for their image using. They want a stack of carefully staged photographs that seem like paparazzi shots in notorious underworld hideout, an arms bazaar. Henry smiled sardonically. If we were really all that, the HKPF would have bombed us by now. Club 88 is a neutral zone, and Irvine deals mostly in small arms. We clear the joint, let them stage things however they like, throw a few tattooed out blue lanterns in the background. In exchange, we get a big stack of new yen and a glossy face on the wall to show how popular our club has become. Kindly locks all Heioi down for the visit. These famed bunnies are safer here than they probably are in their penthouses. It's all my wife's idea, of course. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Com's lucky got her brains. I'm afraid Frederick takes after his old man. Tell me about you and Ermine. She and I grew up together here in Heioi. We were childhood sweethearts. How often do such things last? Then, back in 21, when we were both 18 and unsure of our futures, we both goblinized. The world was turned on its head. People said it was disease or the result of a biological weapon. There was panic everywhere. But Ermine and I saw it differently. We saw it as a sign that we were meant to be. It didn't matter if we were lepers, because we were lepers together. Wish I could say she was the first and only love in my life, but there will always be another. I heeded her call for far too long before finally settling down with her. Even so, that call was always there, tempting me to come back, to be lost forever. Worse ways to go, I suppose. I do my best to resist, try to focus on what Ermine has built here for us. You're talking about the sea. But wasn't it you who started running guns through here? Heard about that, did you? Loose lips. But yeah, I took a turn as a small-time smuggler. Less excitement than you might think. Never really made it all that much extra money doing it either. Had it been riskier, I never would have bothered. But our boat's engineer was a good friend of mine and he was in on the deal. He could tuck away those crates in the engine room where only he knew they existed. I just had to shepherd them on and off the boat. Probably could have negotiated better deals, but I just wanted to be rid of the stuff as fast as I could. Didn't want Wu Jing to find out. I especially didn't want Ermine to find out. But find out she did, though she surprised me with her reaction. Thought she would throw a fit, but the only thing she was mad about was my profit margin. So she took it over. I'll leave you be. Hello. The elder of the two Coffey sons is once again lost in his cups. He watches bleary-eyed as patrons pass him by. Something in his expression makes it seem he resents each one simply for being. You again? Decided to make this whole home, have you? Yet ever so humble. Humility has no place around here. Sit down if you'd like. I could tell you tales. Tell me about this family of yours. What's to tell? My brother is a meathead and my parents don't even know or care who I am. They say they care for family first, but to them family isn't four people on the roof. It's some abstract concept. It's the name that matters to them. The Coffey name. That's family. My mother only cares about the business. Any hint that I want to look for a better opportunity is met with lectures. As for Ba, well, he's never been the same since his life went into dry dock. First chance I get, I leave it all behind, mark my words. Tell me a story. If you ever hear the one about the phantom sailor, they say he was once a good man, provided for his family, loved his wife and children, spent many lonely days out of the sea, working hard to make their life better. But the ocean takes its toll. Every time he returned, he came back a little less of himself. Until one day, the thing that came home was just a shell. The mindless body of the old seafarer with his soul still lost at sea. The mind and body call to each other, and one day the sailor will walk down the beach and step into the waves, letting the ocean swallow him whole. True story. I'll leave you. You are a little bit depressed. Hello, Ermine. Feels as though a pall hangs over Club 88. There are fewer patrons of the dance bar and far more hushed conversations than raucous frivolity. Ermine scans the two-figure crowd, as if she could suss out the reason for the change. Something's not right. Not right at all. Has it gotten like this before? Once or twice in the 10 years we've owned the place? Usually when it gets this way, it's for obvious reasons. The death of someone, a beloved in Hayoi, or a terrorist attack getting too close to home. This time I don't know. But it doesn't matter. When spirits are down, people drink. When spirits are high, people drink. We make money either way. I just prefer knowing which way the winds are blowing. It comes from being an old sailor's wife. You said you worked in the corporate sector. Oh yes, I was with Bayou for many years. Before the boys were born. I started as low as one can get. But I was always good with people, and I understand the politics better than most. Being a troll in a corporate world is very hard. There's a lot of bigotry. However, I turned it to my advantage in every way I could. People underestimated me. I used that in every way I could. And sometimes being able to project raw, contained power is very useful. Slowly I climbed the ladder. Sometimes I wonder what might have been if Callum hadn't come along when he did, but there's no change in the past. Are things with Callum any better? No, he's become even more distant of late, more secretive. I saw him talking with someone the other day. The kind of person who doesn't belong in Hayoi and shouldn't even be here. I don't know who they were or what they wanted, but Callum is clearly trying to hide it from me. I have a bad feeling, the same heavy feeling that hangs over this place. Something is wrong. Something bad is coming for my son, and I don't know if I can stop it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you. My worries. Surely you have more important business. I'll leave you. And I'll click you again to see if there's anything new. Maybe another time. I'll leave you. Okay. That should be it. We are going to go talk to Ractor and then probably do a mission. Oh, Younger the Cafe Sons mans his post at the club's front door. He's showing off his hulking arms to a couple of bland-looking girls from the docks. Their clearly self-interested fawning gets them inside with no cover charge. I know what you're thinking. Some perks, right? Distractions, and distractions can be dangerous. I couldn't agree more. Hey, all the stuff around here, it's all just fluff anyway. You know that. I know you know that. You've got the eyes doing what you do. You know what's what and what ain't. We're the same, you and me. People in here may look the part, but it's different with us. We're legit. We've got that edge. Everyone else is just a poser. Have you done anything else other than bouncing? It's not about what I've done, it's about what I can do. I've got potential, I just need to prove it. And show my ba that I can do what he used to. This cushy life, it's not for me. I'm capable of so much more. Ma won't ever see it, but I know Ba will understand. He's not meant for this kind of life either. You know it. You've talked with him, right? You see it in him. Once a badass pirate, always a badass pirate. Gotta be the same with you, right? Can't ever see yourself going back to normal life? Shadowrunning is where it's at. You fancy yourself a Shadowrunner. I want to be something. Shadowrunner, sure. I see you and your types roll up hard-edged like you are. I can see myself doing that. But there's also the triads. Lots of guys get their start that way, work their way up. Some of them starting out as regular gangers. I'd be looking to jump a few rungs right off the bat, of course, considering who I am and who my ba is. But I think my ba would be most proud if I followed in his footsteps, join up with a pirate crew. Be a scourge of the open sea. I know it's in my blood. I just need to let it out. I'll leave you be. Ah. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So much wrong. The children of that family, they don't know how good they've got it. For a criminal family, it's a fairly mild criminal family. We're going to go talk to Ractor and bemoan the fact that I had dialogue come up that I didn't really read and didn't get recorded. Quiet, yo, well, back, welcome. Any thoughts about that last run? I wasn't present our last run. Quiet thoughts in the Night in shop. Yes, quiet night. He drags on his cigarette. One best suited for contemplation, planning, and visions of the future. I should go. Okay, so be well, my friend. Come back anytime. Okay. I'm going to check with Gaichu. I think I've done everything. There's one more thing I think in here. You don't get to hear the story about the chopsticks because bleh, but we're going to look at the page. The page is old and highly stylized calligraphy is handwritten. The style is so artistic, in fact, as to be functionally illegible to you. The page seems to be missing a book. This page seems to be missing a book, Gaichu. Gaichu nods in agreement and steps forward to deliver a cross-cut in the air in front of him. Yes, but that page is all that I wanted from the book. I look out from the cloudless mountain at moonlight on the sea, and its islands so many rents in a sheet of ice. Gaichu pivots on the ball of his heel, thrusting the tip of his sword into the darkness of the room. The poet Saigyo was a master of conveying a sense of solitude and emptiness, and I have always found that poem to echo what I feel inside. Are you the mountains or the island? So often it feels as if I am contained within a ball of ice floating through the void of this life, cold and solitary. The moments I can share with those who have truly mattered to me chip through that frost and let me scream out that I am not alone. I wish I took you on the mission with the vampire. That would be interesting. See what your commentary on that was. Leave the box alone. If I do a rerun, and I probably will, because I kind of want to play an adept, I will probably bring you along on that mission just to see what your response to it is. Could we speak later, Noel? I'm feeling a little distracted at the moment. Okay, I should be all set up on my conversational duties. I have to wait for you to stop, don't I, so I can save. Why did you move way over there? Probably because I misclicked something. So now, what I really wish is that there was a fourth and fifth game in the Shadowrun series. Because it was here. Because I've done a dwarf, done an orc. This is an elf. Dwarf, elf, orc. So I would just need to do a human and a troll. Done a shaman. I've done a decker. Doing a street samurai now. So a rigger or a adept would be next. Maybe a mage. Mage would be a sixth one. Okay, though my shaman was a little bit of a mix. The MTR doors open as you approach. Head to the outskirts of the Taipo to a dig site. The Wujing Sky Tower to commit geomantic sabotage. Shangri-La to kidnap Rooster Low. Ares facility to incite a conflict between Knight Errant and the Red Dragon Syndicate. I am going to go to one of the older ones. Let's go to this one first. I want to check something real quick. Looks like we don't get to hire him. So, I'm not going to bring Isabel on this. I am going to bring Gaichu. I'm not going to bring Ractor. I am going to bring Duncan. And I will bring you. So, inventory. Okay, confirm. Yep. Do I get a chance to set up inventory things now? Please? Oh, I get a text to read. The job is a golden opportunity in more ways than one. A raid of the in-development museum, the Emperor's Tomb. The museum's claim to fame is its location. It rests on top of an ancient catacombs, where an excavation is underway to convert them into the museum proper. Intel has that the workers are dying, not from on-site accidents, but from magical disturbances in the area. Despite the hazards, development continues. Your client, Mr. Drake, contacted you to retrieve 2 tomes, probably ancient, magical, priceless. But it won't be a smash in the park. You have to get the tomes before they're cataloged, where they'll afterward be near impossible to access. As you near the museum, its height and grandeur looms unsettlingly over you. Even unfinished, it's reached an imposing size. At least that means it has plenty of room for pricey antiques. The best part? Mr. Drake needs this run to look unprofessional. Shattered glass and looting is encouraged. Oh, goody, actually. Yeah. Now, you'll notice I don't have the acid bolt spell, and I probably should have taken it because she doesn't have one. I thought perhaps that she would have a magical spell here, but apparently she doesn't. Okay. But I did get her the armor 2 instead of armor 1 as a result. These are all locked. Position. That's locked, that's locked, that's locked. I should start carrying more items in the stash so I can give people Noel's short a what does Bliss do? Incoming damage is reduced by 4 for 5 rounds of combat. Strength is reduced by 1. That's not particularly useful for you, or you, or you. Well, you use quickness, but I'll give it to Gobbet. Strength isn't necessarily an important thing for you. Besides, you're a rat shaman. It might not work on you. Entry worked just like Drake said. You creep into the dark, unfinished site. Your comm link clicks in your ear, connecting a call. Good. Now, I'll be appraising what you see as you go through this floor. Grab the best stuff, and my alarm suppression should keep you afloat. Just don't get too ballsy. If the books haven't been cataloged yet, they'll still be in the basement, the tomb. I'll be in touch. Earpiece clicks off. Call disconnected. He didn't even stay on the line long enough for you to get a word in. The team powers up the nearby generator. Work lights along the new marble flooring sleepily flicker to life. Everyone surveys the site. Gaichu tilts his head toward the light. The work lamps act as lighthouses for his blind eyes, exposing the layout of the hall. He takes in a breath of the dusty air. There is nothing alive in these walls but us. A welcome change. Welcome, but don't you need food? I am always hungry, but the less meat I'm surrounded by, the more I can focus. I'm trying to watch my waistline too, buddy. Lost 2 kilos since I stopped shoveling down Mr. Louis' juicy pork buns. She places a hand on her stomach. Man, just thinking about it is making me hungry. Gobbet. Is that the place that was on the Shadowrun thing? Gobbet, are you the one that is making the questionable food suggestions on Shadowlands that people are warning people about? Let's get going. Valuable stolen. 0 nuyen out of 5,000 nuyen. Aim alarm threshold 0 of 10. Okay, so steal 5,000 worth of artifacts. Steal 10,000 worth of artifacts. I have a feeling stealing 10,000 of artifacts is going to be a bit messy. Okay, so there's our ultimate objective, which is find both ancient books. Do not trip the museum alarm. Ancient base. Ooh, Neanderthal skeleton. Okay. Okay, we'll do that. Replica royal vase is $12. So that's alarm threshold. So we need to be careful in how we steal. I'm not going down yet because that's going to be a transfer. Check bookshelf. Oh, I don't have strength 6 and I don't have intelligence 4. Bookshelf is made from your standard stained wood. It's filled with books by famous poets, both English and in Chinese. Can you help me out with this bookshelf? It's attached to the wall, a solid build. Gaichu knocks on the side of it, sniffs the air. He throws the books from the shelves and then breaks each shelf in half, exposing the back of the bookshelf. Knock on the back panel reveals a hollow space behind the fixture. Gaichu's sword plunges through it. Returning his blade to its sheath, he gives the panel a kick, sending splintered wood into a chamber behind the now obliterated bookshelf. After you. Thanks. Oh, in here first. I have a feeling we'll find combat if we go downstairs. I'm painting a plaque that reads Lady of Shallow, 1888. Terminal. Welcome to Lao Zhang. Please input your password to log in. Access the login field. Cancel. Okay. Leave. Wait. Could try Shallow, but I'm going to hold off. Have to, these firearms are relics as well, maybe of value to a history professor. Interesting commentary on the state of the guy's armory. Oh my goodness. Imbued pottery, 2150. Mystic staff, 26,000. Oh, good. Glad I didn't... Okay. There's a thing we can't open. Whoa, dragon scales? Okay. I think that was 900. Mummified head, 950. Replica Ultra Utah Raptor Skull. Okay. So we can do 4 more. Or... Okay, we're going to get the valuable urn. Good. Plesiosaur jawbone. There we go. Optional karma. Wonder what's in here. We have one more place we can steal from. What's this? Terminal's powered off. Walk away. Okay. So, going to go on to a new video. See you in a moment.